Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today. Today's video, we have a review, first impressions, tutorial, all on the new Kylie Cosmetics fall collection. So this has been out for a little bit. It's still available on her website. If you guys want to check it out, I'll have that link down below. But basically, I purchased everything from the collection and we swatched it, we tried it, I gave you guys my reviews. And yeah, so I haven't done a Kylie cosmetic review in a really long time. I used to do these all the time last year. So like I said at the end of the video, but let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more Kylie cosmetic reviews. I will be more than happy to do them for you guys. So let me know in that comment section down below. And yeah, before we get into this video, make sure to click that subscribe button if you want to be a part of the Miller Squad. Also, make sure to ring the little bell as well and make sure your push notifications are turned on for notifications. And today's notification shout out goes to Christy. Thank you so much for having your notification bell turned on. Girl, I see you on every platform and you are so sweet and such a huge supporter. So thank you so much. You guys, I'm really keeping an eye out for the ones that are constantly like supportive and constantly following and that are really strong members of the Miller Squad. So just know that I'm keeping note of everything. But yeah, so now let's go ahead and get on into this review, tutorial, and all this fun stuff of the Kylie Cosmetic Fall Collection. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the purple palette right here. This is what the packaging looks like, just like her usual packaging, but then she just changes the metallic, you know, water stuff dripping from her eyes right there that kind of go with the colors that she's using in the palette. You get a mirror and then you get a total of 9 eyeshadows. You get a mix of matte and shimmer shades. And yeah, so you definitely get a range of purple shadows in here. I like it how we have this cool tone transition shade. And I like the color scheme of this one. The color scheme is really nice. So I don't really know what look I'm gonna create, so we're kind of just going to wing it like usual. The one down part about this palette is there's no matte cream shade. So I'm actually gonna go into my Sephora Pro Warm palette. I'm gonna grab my usual matte. So I'm gonna grab this one right here that you see I already hit pan with. And I love this shadow just to set my eyeshadow primer with. So that way it makes sure that all my shadows blend beautifully, easily, you know. So I just dust it. I don't want to pack too much on there. Otherwise my eyelids could look dry. All right, so next up we're gonna go into this shade right here. This is the shade Stone. And again, this is just a really nice, like, cool tone taupe shade for our transition shade. I'm gonna focus this on the outer corner of the eye and into the crease. All right, so next up we're gonna go into this shade right here, and this is called, I think this one is Amethyst right here. So I'm just gonna take my brush and I'm gonna focus this just a little bit lower than that transition shade. So on the outer part of the eye and then up into the crease. All right, so now I'm gonna take my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Chantilly and I'm just gonna pop this on my lid and blend it out with a concealer brush. This just really helps clean up the lid. All right, so at first on the lid, I was gonna take this shade right here. This is the shade Purple Smoke, but now I think I'm gonna do this one, which is called Trophy. And it's because I think I'm gonna do purple on the lower lash line. So we're gonna take that shade with my cream color brush from Sigma. And you know what? I actually think I'm gonna squirt some Max Fix Plus on this. There we go. It's a pretty shade, but there's a lot of fallout with it. All right, so I really like the shade that this looks like on my lid. I just am not a fan of the formula. It's a very chunky glitter and I have fallout all over my face. I wish I would have like put down a translucent setting powder or something to dust away, but yeah, it's a pretty color, but it's just not that great. Even with Max Fix Plus, like Max Fix Plus didn't even save that one. So that was unfortunate, but we're gonna go back into this shade right here, which is called Amethyst. And I'm gonna take a little bit more of a defined brush. This is from Luxie. I'm just going to press it and then slightly blend. And I'm just going to deepen up the outer portion of the eye and the crease. Then we're gonna take this tapered brush from Sigma. This is their E45. And I'm just going to slightly blend. I like this one because it's very, very tapered at the end. So I have a little bit more control because I don't want it to go up higher. All right, so here's my eye look right now with the palette. It's not my favorite, to be honest, and I feel like I could use maybe like a little bit of a black in here, and this does not have a black. I wish it did have like one like kind of deeper, like darker shade in it, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty, but I just like this glitter just got all over my cheeks. So if you do have this palette, I recommend not using the shimmer shades when you have foundation done already. Make sure your foundation isn't done, and that way you can sweep it away, or do like translucent powder down below and then sweep it away. But yeah, so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and do my liner and my lashes, and then we're going to go and do the bottom lash line with eyeshadow. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I used the NYC liquid liner. Roxette got me onto this, and I've been trying it out, and I actually really like it. It allows you to get a really smooth line really easily because I have wrinkly eyelids. So yeah. I'm digging this right now. I bought like 11 of them. They only came in a pack of 11 on Amazon, so I just bought that pack. I think it was like 30 bucks or so. So I'm just gonna give some to Roxette because I'm like, here, you can have some. There's no way I'm gonna go through this many eyeliners like that quickly. So yeah, but now we're gonna go ahead and do color on the bottom lash line. So we're gonna use the purples this time just to kind of use more shadows in this palette. The first shadow that we're gonna go into, let's see. Let's go ahead and go into this purple one right here, just as a transition shade. And I'm just going to blend this out on that bottom lash line. This will just like help be a nice like gradient effect for the other shadows. All right, so next up we're gonna go into this shade right here. This one is called Turning Violet, and the other one is Lilac, by the way. I'm just gonna press this close to that bottom lash line. Oh, that's pretty. All right, so I want to put a purple on the waterline, so I'm going to grab the Makeup Geek Orchid one. I love these eyeliners. All right, so now we're going to go into this shimmer shade right here. This is called Periwinkle, and I'm just going to press this on the inner corner of the eyes. Boom. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop on some mascara, and I'll be right back. All right, so first off, ignore the pink little section on my eye right there. I don't know what's going on. I think it's getting irritated by the glitter. To be honest, I never had my eye get irritated by glitter. So this is, yeah, look at that. Dang. Just ignore that. So let's go ahead and just review this palette super quickly. So this retails for $42. You get a total of 9 eyeshadows in here. These are matte and shimmer shadows. You get different formulas in here. I feel like this trophy one that I put all over the lid is like a loose pressed glitter shadow. It's not a shimmer one where everything's a little bit more condensed, a little bit more pressed together. I feel like even Max Fix Plus did not even really help that shadow. It was still falling all over the place. It just kicks back a ton. I usually don't get upset over fallout. Like, I'm just so used to it, I really don't get upset over it, but this one was just like a pain in my butt. Like, I just did not like that shade. I love the color of it. I just did not like applying it. Let's just go with that. I think it's a really pretty palette. I think the color tones are beautiful. I love all the grape shades in it. I was even trying to compare it to my Sephora Pro palette, my cool tone one, and my cool tone one doesn't even have these purple cool tone shades. It has more like pinky purples that are like magenta, and I wish it had shades like this. So for me, I think this is a decent palette. Is it my favorite palette in the world? No, but I think it's a decent palette, and I do really like the color shades. So this is all gonna come down to preference for you guys. It's really hard to review eyeshadows. Like, they have to really not be able to work for me to say it's not worth it, but this worked for me. Like, it still created a beautiful eye look. So it really comes down to preference with these shadows. And I know that more people are in love with warm tones right now. I love warm tones, but I also love cool tones. So you know what? This actually might be a nice little change up right now because we have so many warm tones out there. We actually have a cool tone fall palette. So you know what? I'm gonna give her props for that one, for giving us something different. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna try is we're gonna try out the Kylie Jenner Loose Powder Highlighter. She came out with 4 of them and they retail for $14. So I'm gonna open these up real quick and then we'll get to swatching. All right, so the first one that we're gonna swatch right here is called Tahiti, and I'm just gonna put a little bit in the lid so that way I can grab it with my finger easily. This one has a little bit of a blush, like corally pink tone to it with a shift of gold from what I'm seeing already. All right, so we're gonna swatch it right here. Oh my gosh. These are messy, but so pretty. So pretty. And what's great about pigments is that you can use them in so many different ways. You can use it as a highlighter. You could use it as an eyeshadow with some Max Fix Plus. You can put it in your nail polish. You could do so many different things with it. That one's really pretty though, like really pretty. All right, so the next one that we're gonna do is Fiji, and this one has a little bit more of a champagne tone to it. Look at that one. Oh my God, these are so nice. Wow. Do you see that? That is gorgeous. And then next up we have Wisteria, and this one is more of a lilac tone. This one is very chunky, glittery. I'm not a fan of this one. It's very chunky, glittery. Like I just don't see this being flattering on the cheeks, and it honestly disperses really weird. Like it doesn't like stay jam-packed. It's like a glitter mainly. The last one that we have here is Santorini, and this one is gorgeous too. Oh, this one is so pretty. Oh, that is gorgeous, but you have to use a light hand with that because that will look very gray on your skin. Oh my gosh, I'm like trying to go between either these two. I feel like I want to mix the two and put them on my cheeks, but those are all really pretty. I would skip on Wisteria if you want to use them as a highlighter. I feel like Wisteria would only look pretty if you put it on like your collarbones or something, but I would stay away from that on your face because I feel like the chunky sparse glitter will just look a little too like one kitty, and then it will accentuate any texture that you have. I just don't see it being flattering on the skin. So I'm actually gonna take Fiji and Tahiti together. Knock off the excess, and then we're gonna apply it to the cheekbones. Oh my God, that is so pretty. Apply it to that too, to the eyebrow bone. Wow, oh my God. Like if you are looking for a pigmented highlight, then you definitely need to go for these. But if you don't like these like wham bam highlights in your face, then I would avoid them because they are so pigmented. That is crazy, and I think my eyelash is coming off right here. All right, so last but not least, in the fall collection, we have the 5 new lip kits that she came out with, and these each retail for $29. You get a liquid lipstick and you get a lip liner in them. So let's go ahead and get to swatching. All right, so first off, we have Libra right here, and this is a very muted nude. It's really pretty. I like it how it has a cool like pink undertone to it. It's really gorgeous, and this color definitely is not for everyone, but I think you can make it work if you use MAC Strip Down Liner. If you line the outside of your lips and just like feather it in and blend it, and then take this and pat it on the center and then pat it out with your finger, I think it will look gorgeous, and it will give your lips a really like luscious, juicy look to them and make them look bigger. So I'm definitely going to be doing that in a future video, but I actually really do like this shade. I really do. And I have a feeling like Roxette would even like this shade because I've seen her wear colors like this before. So I need to tell her about this one. All right, so next up we have Butternut, which is totally like a butternut squash color, like right on, right on. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of this color. It just looks so weird on me, I feel like. But you know what? She has so many lip kits, so I love it that she's reaching out and finding these random colors. And I mean, you could honestly even create like, I was thinking for Halloween, you could create a tiger look and even like do stripes using the liquid lipstick like on your face if you need like an orangey like color, or you might need something a little bit more orangey. Maybe a lion look could work for a lion, yeah. But I don't know, I'm just trying to find ways to use this. But also what you could do is you could always pair it with more of a brown lip liner and then mix it together to make it more of a wearable shade for you. So there's just so many different ways that you can kind of play with lip colors and make your own lip cocktails. But I have to say, I haven't worn her liquid lipsticks in so long, and I really do like the formula. This is really comfortable on my lips. It was the same thing with Libra too. Very comfortable formula where it's lightweight and doesn't feel drying. So I forgot how much I liked her liquid lipstick formula. All right, so next up we have Hazel, and this one is actually really, really pretty. I like this one. I think this one is gorgeous. It's a really pretty, like muted brown shade. Perfect for the fall time, something a little bit more wearable. It's gorgeous. It's really, really gorgeous. And again, I really, really love the formula. Like, I am going to start whipping all my lip kits back out and start wearing those again because I haven't worn them in so long and I forgot how awesome and lightweight that formula is. Okay, so here is Autumn on my lips. I feel like this looks a lot more like a corally pink shade on my, or like a salmon pink on my lips. I wish I had a little bit more of a deeper like rustic tone to it, but it's still very, very pretty. I love it how all these shades are very muted and just very like subtle in a sense, even though they're kind of out there shades. So this is also another really gorgeous one, but Autumn, I feel like it should be a little bit more of a rustic, you know, shade, but it's still very, very beautiful. All right, so last but not least, we have Wicked right here, and Wicked is a pretty like muted is my favorite word in this video, but it's a pretty muted purple shade. It's really kind of more on the, not entirely like super wearable, but I feel like it's a little bit more on the wearable side because it is a little bit muted. But I have to say, out of all of them, this one was the only one that was patchy, and I'm not like totally in love with the formula because I had to put on a second layer, and then now I feel like it's very dry and chalky-ish. So I'm really not a fan of this shade at all. So I would pass on this one just because the formula is, it just feels a little bit drier and chalkier than the other one. So, and plus it was a little bit patchy too. So I would go ahead and pass on that one, but very unique color though. All right, so those were all the products in the Kylie Cosmetic Fall collection. I feel like there was some hits and some misses. That's usually how it goes in her collections. I haven't really reviewed her stuff in a really long time. I used to review it all the time last year, like all the time, but I kind of like fell out of it a bit because I really wasn't getting excited for some of her products, and I started getting more disappointed than I was really loving her products, you know? So I kind of like took a step back from it all a little bit. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see more reviews on Kylie Cosmetics. I'm more than happy to do them for you guys if that's what you want to see. So make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you found this video helpful for you and if you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!